In this video, guys, I'm not going to talk to you guys about how to get the best lighting, what's the best budget setup, but I'm going to talk about something that gets really up close and personal and address all the comments like, why does it sound like you're whispering? Why does it sound like you're going to cry? Why does it sound like you're trying to whisper and run away from something? Well, the reality is, in this video, I'm going to show you how I improved over time and how I became ultimately a little bit more comfortable on camera and how you can do it at home, especially if you want to be a YouTuber or content creator. Talking to the camera is so important, and I'm going to show you all my tips and tricks and hacks and how even someone like me, a crazy, super shy, introvert, weird kid that sounds like he's always crying on the internet, can make YouTube videos. Now you can too. Stay tuned. So, truth is, if you actually look back at all of my older videos, you'll see that I used to stutter a lot, I used to ramble and stammer. I still do, and I'm not the best, but I've come a long way from, hey, why does it sound like you're crying and you're whispering in your videos? And I'm going to show you everything that I prepared myself so I actually become a better on-camera confident speaker, as well as I can try to pretend that I'm a YouTuber. So when it comes to making your very first YouTube video, especially when you're pressing that record button and you're like, oh no, what do I do now? I'm freezing, I don't know my lines and everything. Rule or tip number one is know that your videos are gonna suck. Not in a dismotivating way to be like discourage you, but to know that your first video, don't set too much of a high expectation for how the video is gonna be, turn out, needs to be perfect. The reality is you want to acknowledge that it's not gonna be that great. Your first video is always the very worst. And if you acknowledge that, you're already setting yourself to a little more calmer state, which kind of leads into the 1.5 step. So the next step when it comes to knowing that your video isn't going to be the greatest, you're going to probably stumble, the video's going to look horrible, is that you want to set yourself up for success. So before you even press record, make sure that your tripod is on the right camera. Make sure you're using the right camera with autofocus, making sure your lights and your audio, test, mic check, 1 2 1 2, is all set. So then you're setting yourself up for the best position to win as well as present on camera. Another thing that I like to do is, as you can see right here, I actually have notes and point forms of my script of how I'm actually going to present and talk to the camera. And this has actually helped me along the way, where before I was just spitting, freestyling, being like, okay, 1.12.3, what was I talking about again? Where if I have a script right down, you guys can't see it. What you guys see is just this on screen. But on top of that, you don't know that I'm just wearing shorts, man. I'm chilling at home, being more comfortable. And the more comfortable and loosey-goosey you are, maybe just do a little dance. To just really just be at home and be comfortable and to talk to the camera. So what you want to do is acknowledge that your first video is going to suck, as well as, you just want to be comfy and set yourself up, making sure your camera equipment and all that is good to go. All I have is says don't memorize lines, make sure you have a bullet key points. Word by word is too much, and I put the word depend. So what I'm trying to say to you guys is that you want to memorize a whole paragraph of script. All you want to do is have 4 to 5 keywords that you will actually remember so you can actually talk about it. And if you are a YouTuber content creator, hopefully you're talking about something that you're an expert at. So having 3 to 4 keywords instead of a whole long script, I'm pretty sure you can pull it off. Tip number 3, guys, is eye contact. So a lot of the times I see, even myself with my other Nikon D5200, is that I had an articulating screen to the side, or with the Sony I have an articulating screen up, or with the Nikon Z50 I have an articulating screen down. And what you want to do is you always want to be looking into the camera, the lens, because that is the eye of the beholder. That is the eye of your lover, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your mom, your dad, your pops, your gramps. You want to be able to have that human connection. And one of the things that how we connect and know that someone is engaged, even if you're not really, is to stare them dead in the eye. So when it comes to actually filming yourself on camera, you want to make sure that you are looking straight into the lens, the dead center of the lens as you possibly can. Just glance up once in a while to see if you are in focus or the settings are all off. But as you can tell, let's say if I was staring here and I was talking, blah, 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 here are my 3 points, guys. This is how you talk better on camera. It feels so much disconnected in comparison. Hey guys, this is the 3 points that I'm going to talk about of how you actually get better talking on camera, even if you're a complete awkward introvert who cries in his room a lot, just like me. I'm Peter. What's up? Bonus tip, make sure you drink some water. stay hydrated, stay healthy, as well as, clear that phlegm out. No one likes that. So my final last tip for you guys is something that I've been trying to work on for the longest time, which is why my voice sounded like it was crying, why it sounded like I was whispering, is because I didn't work on my pacing. Pacing and breathing while you're talking is a skill, and it's something that not a lot of people hone in on or work on. And it's something that I'm trying to do, because before that whole motion or notion of me trying to sound like I'm crying is me essentially pushing out my words before I don't have any breath to breathe. So make sure you take a deep breath, look down at your notes, and be able to have some sort of natural flow state of conversational English or whatever your conversation is. So pretend you're talking to a friend. Does it sound like you're trying to force every word out, or are you just talking naturally in a presenting voice where you're trying to get your point across to the other person? And how you communicate is very important when it comes to having flow. And if you start to ramble like me and notice yourself, am I doing a lot of ums, ands, or buts? Do I need to look down on my script again? Do I need to make a cut here and, have another punch in so I can have another line, so I can have my own composure? Take a deep breath. At the end of the day, it just comes down to just being more comfortable in your skin. And as you're more comfortable in your skin and knowing who you are, you're able to talk to a camera as well as you're knowing your pacing and your breathing. Being able to take breaths in between sentences, as well as not being afraid to say a little bit more than you usually would if you were talking, but making sure your breath and your pace is okay, and also you're not boring the viewers if you're talking too slow. It's a combination balancing act that even for me personally, I'm trying to work on, and how I can be a better presenter. But these are the 4 tips that can help you, especially if you're a weird, awkward person like myself. I don't consider myself the best presenter, but if you look at my other videos and people are like, hey, why does it sound like XYZ? I think I'm definitely improving, you know what I mean? Definitely improving. So if you watch this far in the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, hit that notification bell just for the algorithm if you want to help me help you. And if you want me to actually help you, make sure you grab my free camera guide that will help you on your camera setup, because I know that can be overwhelming. And if you want to get super serious about video and video editing as a career, go check out my masterclass, link in the description below. And after me putting in 200 plus videos on this channel, I'm still not the best presenter, but it's something that I'm trying to be more comfortable in. I want to be better of a presenter, and talking to a camera is definitely not a natural thing, right? You're talking to something that is not alive. And for you to get used to that, it takes time, it takes practice, but you know who it is. My name's Peter, you're watching Broke Visionary Collective. And I've helped people from influencers to start their YouTube channels, and now I'm even making my own YouTube channel and see how I can improve. Show you guys the tips and tricks. And you're watching a Broke Visionary Collective where we all start with nothing. But you can always create something. Cheers, guys.